which on both sides, my mother's side and father's side, was an extensive family. On both sides, they had around 6 sons and 3 daughters. And after that, further, while I was born, I already had a cousin who was already in job. So, my childhood was very safe, emotionally, everything, that I enjoyed my childhood. Because I was into the hands of many love givers to me. But as I grew, I had to choose my own path. And slowly, I had to become a splinter, then fall into a nuclear family. And reasons in everybody's life, journey is same more or less, reasons can be different. I used to feel that I had lost something. Possibly I looked that I try to work too much, so naturally I am losing because of work. It was few weeks before when I recalled everything, I found actually I lost all that love and security of my joint family. That is the joint family that we should have at UIT also. Institute should also have a joint family where all its alumni have to combine together, not for any financial benefit. That is a thing which is far. Rather, we have to have a strong emotional perception first among ourselves, those who have passed out, those who are here, whether they are students or their faculty or their technical staff. Second thing is that I ask one question, that engineering institutes need to grow. They need to compete with the others and compete with the modern or adopt modern technologies as fast as possible. And for that, I run to certain government agencies, I run to certain industries saying that what should I do? इसको मैं यही कहूँगा, चिराग तले अंधेरा, ढूंढ यहाँ आ रहा हूँ, मेरे पास तो खुद ही वो सब कुछ पड़ा हुआ है. I can very well be assured that as our guest of honor of today was, there are many more such examples in the UIT alumni group, which are yet to share their experience with us, or yet to give us a talk, guidelines that how to proceed further. So we can always, they can be stakeholder not only in the academic growth, सर मैं बाद में बात करता हूँ. हम लोगों को इंडस्ट्री के पास जाने के बदले हमारे पास तो इंडस्ट्रीज के लोग खुद ही एक्सपर्ट्स बैठे हुए हैं. Why not involve them? They will have better intentions, better commitment, better stakeholding for this institute. So I call upon that as soon as I took over this position, then I had appointed 2 people to revive alumni or reunite my whole big family of 20 odd years so that they can come together, and in whatever capacity they can be a stakeholder in the institute working, they should always, we can have a common platform that has been purchased by us in the form of Alma Shines, that details will be given, I suppose, further. So we can always, that platform can be used as for the benefit of this institute's growth. First, we need to register there, and second, we need to, if we have some constructive feedback, some suggestion, we should be frank enough to put it there. Second thing is that as the extracurricular activities have been seen through the U-Techno things, U-Techno and Alumni have been merged because they are basically, अगर मैं कहूँ तो प्रेजेंट टेंस यू टेक्नोज है तो फ्यूचर टेंस वो एलुमनाई है, तो इनको दोनों को टेंसलेस क्यों ना कर दें हम. वो प्रोसेस वी हैव ऑलरेडी कंडक्टेड, ऑल्दो दैट वाज स्टार्टेड विद सम अदर limitation, but finally this aspect has become a major of it. So we can think of developing an alumni association and a steering committee for it. In case all the alumni give a consent to it, I know that discussions are going to be part of it, and many suggestions are going to be part of it, and amendments will be caused by that. Whatever I am giving is the general structure. And it has consent of some of my faculty members whom I have consulted. So we can have a three-member advisory committee consisting of one pattern and two co-patterns. Pattern can be invariably ex officio director or anybody nominated by him, a senior professor, because it may happen that in future course of time some director may not like to involve directly, so he can always nominate some of a senior colleague to do that. And two persons, co-patterns, who will be basically one, the executive of Alumni Association, and second, the U-Technos. Then we can have a president of Alumni Association from among the alumni, who will be guided, or rather he can have a committee at his disposal of around 12 people, 6 alumni from different branches, and 6 present students, minimum from third year, from the ongoing branches, ongoing students. So this possibly, what I feel is, shall integrate the present student and alumni and institute and alumni. And further, if you want very useful committees to come out of it, that will always be your choice. And this is something I would like to start up with, so that very fast in coming, say around year or so, we swell in numbers in this our alumni association. That will help us help each other in really a strong emotional bonding and a strong stakeholding with our alma mater. So with this proposal in view, I leave this house for discussion, and I'll not be a part of discussion because I am proposing. So whatever amendments come, they can be collected by the two people, Professor Kalpana and Dr. Vinu. And finally, sitting with you, they can make up a final structure out of it. But one thing is there, जे मैं पंजाबी में कहूँ तो जे मेरे को सब कुछ है तो मैं बाहर क्यों जाना है, और मेरे को अपने हीरे बहुत हैं, मैंने बाहर दे लोगों की देखने की लोड़ नहीं. Rather than industry dictating us, let my alumni dictate the things, and we dictate the industry later on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wise words. Bestowed with the wisdom and knowledge, our ex-Vice Chancellor, Professor K.N. Pathak, and ex-Director of UIET, Professor B.S. Sohi, were not able to make it to the event today. We present to you a short video of them addressing us with their kind words and sharing their previous experiences.
Professor Renu Vig, Professor Verma, Professor Goswami, the official positions, the faculty, and dear students. I am Professor Sohi, sharing with you the experiences of setting up of UIET right in the beginning. It all started with a phone call from Professor Pathak, the then Vice Chancellor of Punjab University, asking me if I could take the responsibility of leading an engineering institute at the campus to be established right from beginning. I said yes without much thinking because it is a privilege to start an institute. I joined the university in August 2002, but once you join and see the inside, the resistance from the university had resulted that this institution had to be a self-financing institute where a loan of 2.5 crores per year for 4 years was to be given and to be returned after 6 years from the resources of the institute itself. The infrastructure wise, we were not very comfortable, but we were very comfortable with a small group of faculty that was dedicated, Professor Goswami including, and that's how we could carry on the things despite every deficiencies. The fear of losing out if the institution fails and not getting the salaries if the resources are not generated maybe has pushed us to the extent that we worked harder and harder, and we achieved the goal of reaching a revenue of 10 crores by 4th year annually, and that's what forced the university to take UIT to be a normal component of the university and we as normal faculty of the university. Otherwise, I would have lost my pension from the previous institution, and it is a big loss. Somehow the die was cast and we were working. The response from the society was great, and we had generated funds, as I've told you, made it financially strong. It was a pride when the next Vice Chancellor announces from the stage multiple times that it is because of Professor Sohi that you are getting your salaries. Although it was not Professor Sohi, it was because of the UIT resources generated, which was utilized by the university. For the successful institution to be built, we require 5 things as to my view: a good infrastructure and building, and the unbiased selection of the faculty, that's the competent faculty in position, and of course research and development component is so very important. The work done for the grooming of the students for their placements, and then isolating the students from their distractions. We did it so successfully that the selection of the faculty was so unbiased that even if a single expert, usually from IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur, like that, would say that I am doubtful about this candidate, the candidate would be dropped and the post re-advertised if required to be. So that was the level of competence expected and the unbiased this choice of the faculty. I had to reach out personally to senior faculty like Professor Renu Vig, who happens to be my student, and then Professor Sukhvinder and Professor Gupta, who were also my students, so I can rely on them, and this is how the institution was built. The research and development component is another interesting thing that we had coped with. The faculty that joined us right in the beginning were not PhD. Many of them were not PhD, so we persuaded and pressured them to complete their PhDs by doing the research work. So dual purpose of university producing the research and producing the PhDs was done. The culture that got developed was that they further produced PhDs, to the extent that I can cite an example of my own student, Sunil Agarwal, who has produced 10 PhDs after his own. He is not the isolated example. There can be n number of examples like this. So then we had to work for the employment opportunities of the students. We groomed them and then approached the corporate for it. I myself visited this Pune, then Bangalore, Mysore for the placement of the students so that we could contact the corporate. It is not easy job. It was Herculean task that was carried on by Professor Gurdeep Singh, the then placement officer, that he could reach out any industry and ask them to come and test our students. For example, TCS, I reached out to them that you come for the placements, but they said nothing doing, we'll come after 3 batches have passed. Then Vice Chancellor had to approach individually to them to come and test us, evaluate us, and if the institution is found worthwhile, they can carry on the placements, otherwise they can drop it. And it was the first year that TCS came here for placements. So that's the hard work of the people that we did. It's not 9 to 5 job. It is the dedication of yours that you have to complete the job, not the time. My timings normally were 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. when I would discuss the day-long activities with the Vice Chancellor and clear the files. And faculty will prepare themselves for the next day. Yes, that is how the institute has grown. Today, the research component is so much high that the institutions, they give the sponsored projects worth crores and crores of the rupees to the faculty here. That tells the story of the competence of the faculty. Yes, at times, at the end, sometimes you sit back and see if I have gained and if I have lost something. I lost out in terms of my son not joining IIT. He did his degree, of course, from Punjab Engineering College, but he would have been in IIT had I spent my time with him. But I don't take it as a big loss, because a small loss of one child is a gain of thousands of students of UIT who are competently placed here and abroad. We are proud of that. We can take on Punjab Engineering College today so very well. There is no company that comes there and is not visiting us. We were having one task cut out for us, that is the students' distractions. University is known for its elections and the student unions. Somehow I could talk to the unions and the faculty could talk to our own students to focus on their own professional approach and go successful as professional engineers rather than spending time on elections. And still at this moment, I'm sure that this is being carried out. Today, as I stand, I see the prominent positions of the university like DUI, the registrar. They are being occupied by the staff of Punjab University of UIET. And I don't see a day very far off when a vice chancellor comes from UIET. We built this institution from an unwanted child to a blue-eyed entity of the university, and we are all proud of it. That's what I wanted to say about my experience of the university. Goswami, I am wearing a suit here. Sukhvinder, you remember this suit? This is the last gift I got from UIT in 2009. I hardly wear it because it is one souvenir for me from my mother institute. But I deserve another suit now. On the lighter side, please don't take it that seriously. But truly speaking, whenever I feel lonely, I drive into UIET.
We thank you all for taking out time of your busy schedule to attend this event, but we can assure you one thing, that at the end of the day, you all will go home with memories to cherish forever. I would like now to give a brief recap of the journey of the Team Star, who is responsible for all the alumni relations and alumni related events of UIET, which was established in March 2013 to maintain the records of our alumni. And it's been 9 years and more working as a team. And today, on this special occasion of Alumni Meet, we will be launching the second edition of our official e-newsletter, Connections, in which we have presented an account of all the proceedings, fun and interactive events, and proud achievements of our university students of the previous year. We would like to invite Professor J.K. Goswami, Dr. Vino Mangat, and Professor Kalpana Dahiya to please come up on the stage to begin the launching ceremony of our e-newsletter.
We would now play the video for Professor Pathak, K.N. Pathak.
Commitment on 5th of November, I am unable to attend the Alumni Meet, which I understand is going to take place in a global way. So, therefore, I wish to provide a brief background of the UIT under which it was established. I have been associated with Punjab University for the last 51 years and became the Vice Chancellor also from 2000-2006. I have been Professor of Physics. I have been Professor of Physics and visiting foreign universities. Particularly, I have been to Northwestern University, Winston, Chicago, near Chicago. And whenever I visited these universities, I found that the universities, they were having medical schools, dental school, law schools, engineering schools. So I had a feeling that our university is lacking these institutions. And so I had desire to establish the institution. So first institute I thought of is UIET, University Institute of Engineering and Technology, in 2002. And this institute I dedicated my full time and worked very hard to bring it to the level of IIT. But there was some initial, initial issues connected with the adopting the syllabi, full syllabi of IIT Kanpur. Faculties here they're not very keen to adopt IIT syllabus. They wanted their own syllabus. So anyway, we agreed to that, and we established the institute in a physics department buildings for first year, and then we started making the infrastructure, and finally it's landed where you people are there. And you know, I also thought of that when the graduates graduates, when they come out after 4 years, they should get a job. So I spent a lot of time in arranging the provision for the placement. So I invited Narayan Murthy, Infosys chairman. He came and he agreed to provide assistance in initial stage. He used to invite faculty at his campus at Bangalore to train the faculty. He used to provide faculties here to teaching the students at UIET, Punjab University, and then he took maximum number of students first year. And at the same time, the Tata was not coming. They wanted that they should have a committee visited to our institution before they come. So I got the approval of Tata also, TCS, and they took the they visited the institute and finally gave the approval. So when my term was ending, then the same year students were graduating, completing their 4 years, and that year there was 100% very good placement made there. So I understand that one of the alumni is, I think, India Pacific Airbus CEO changing. So our alumni have made their group in United States, and they have created website which I have seen there. So the alumni of UIT are spread all over the world. In every country they have made very good mark in abroad as well as India. So at the end I am very happy that this institute was created at that time. I could make some contribution to this. I hope it is going to be useful to the people of Chandigarh and the around area as well as from other places, and the students are getting benefited from this institute. So I wish the alumni, I welcome the alumni who are coming to UIT and welcome them from my personal behalf, and hope they have a good stay in Chandigarh, beautiful, and wish them all the best. Thank you.
We would like to request Professor J.K. Goswami to please come up on the stage for further launching of our new website portal. Sir,
Can we have the display, please? To strengthen our alumni network, we are introducing this new portal which has been prepared for establishing Thank you, sir. To strengthen our alumni network, we are introducing this new portal which has been prepared for establishing interactions between our alumni and the institute. Our whole team has worked very hard to put it together. Alumni can explore professional opportunities, cherish their golden days, and receive all the institute-related updates.
we would like to express our deepest gratitude to our esteemed director, our ex-faculty in charges, Professor Gurdeep and Anahat ma'am, and our present faculty in charges, Professor Kalpana and Dr. Veenu Mangat ma'am. for their constant support and guidance throughout.
Now it's time to pass on the mic to Srishti, who will further explain the portal.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Shrishti Richa, and I hope you all are having great time at this event. So we have recently launched our website, so I'm here to give a brief overall review to this and overall description of the website. Beginning with, first we have to log in. We could log in by our Facebook, Google, or LinkedIn account, or by our email. Can we have the next slide, please? So this is the home page of our portal. Here we have the notice board section. In the notice board section, we have the complete description of all the events that have happened in our college. We have a feature of like and comment where you could all comment over. Moving to the news and stories part, we have the campus feed where all the updates of our institute have been displayed. Moving further to the event section, it has all the events that has happened in our college, like Alumni Meet is recently going on. We have Scribble Day, International Women's Day, and so on. Moving to the gallery section, we have the album of all the preceding fun activities and interactive sessions that have been conducted by various committees of our institute. Now coming to the batchmate section, where we have yearbook, where you all could connect to your peers and batchmates according to their batches. Here, we have a special feature of finding the alumni, and you all could get their description. And to make this process more convenient, we have filters like their degrees, their current location, or their hometown or company. Here you could send them invites and connect to them. Owing to the diversified alumni network we have a section on our portal that is regarding career opportunities, where you all could post job opportunities for your peers and college students as a job provider, or you could give them a job referral. So I think this website would be a great help for all, and here we could grow as a community. That's all about the website. It's a small request for all. Do kindly check out our website and get yourself registered. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Avishi and Prayas for panel discussion. Thank you.
Hello, alumni. We hope you would have been fascinated by the newsletter, which was prepared by the Alumni Cell of UIET. Also, we would be very glad if you get yourself registered on a newly prepared alumni portal. I, Avishi Jain.
And I, Prayas Pahwa, are delighted to have a panel discussion with you all, wherein we will be discussing about the modes or ways where we can talk about how to strengthen the bond between alma mater and the UIT, wherein we will be discussing about the ways to strengthen the bond between UIT and its alums.
With this, we would like you to kindly raise your hands to allow us the privilege to choose a few amongst you for the panel.
It is a small request to you all, whosoever is interested to participate in this panel, kindly raise your hands. We can have you, sir, here, so you can join us for as well. Yeah, please come on the stage. Hello, hello.
Hello.
You can start.
Thank you, sir, for volunteering. Before we begin, let's have a short introduction for all our panelists.
Hi, my name is Akhil Jain. I am part of the 2005-2009 batch, and I think I might be the most senior-most alumni here. Just looking at some of the previous batches. So yeah, that's about me.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gunmeet Singh. I was part of the 2006 to 2010 batch, computer science, and it's lovely to be here.
You can use that mic also. That's also okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Opinder Preet Singh, and I was part of 2008-2012 batch, and thank you for inviting me here.
Hi everybody, Lavjot Singh Chabda this side, 2012 to 2016 batch.
Hi everyone, my name is Dheeraj Kapoor. I am part of 2008 to 12 batch, IIT. Delighted to be here with all of you.
So thank you for the lovely intro. Before proceeding further, I would like to tell you that this panel is live on our YouTube channel as well. So students from our college are also listening to this. Therefore, we will be discussing every aspect, whether it's an alma mater, it's about students, or it's about college point of view. And the main motive of this panel discussion would be to conclude some positive points so that we can implement for the betterment of everyone's future.
Also, if someone from the audience would like to put a point for or against, please feel free to raise your hands and speak your point.
So we can begin with the panel. Oh, before beginning, just how are you feeling today after coming back to college?
Well, when I took admission in UIET, there was no alumni. Because we were the fourth batch, and that essentially means that we have no track record of anything. So it's actually it's an honor, to be honest. The fact that there's a team now who's looking after the alumni, as well as the fact that we have so much of alumni. Probably, I don't know, 14, 15 years of alumni. So this is a great achievement, I would say, by our young institute.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it's an honor, it's a privilege, and with a little bit of gray hair and white hair that's coming, and we have grown so much. It's lovely to see teachers. I still remember the ADA classes by Mukesh Kumar sir, one of the toughest courses that I've gone through. It's still serving me well. And I think the thing which brought UIT to the fore was that the teachers were entrepreneurial. They would spend time with kids, right? And I used to have these conversations with my friends in PEC where they said the teachers were not available. Here, the teachers were available. They grew with you, at least for me. And I really, really cherish that. And it's, living right now and, going through a lot of technical rigor, the kind of effort that teachers put in at that time, like how do you write even a query? It was really, really their effort and their help that got us where we are. So I'm really, really thankful for that.
Thank you, sir.
You can share that mic.
So, when I had to get the admission in UIT, I was getting other options like NIT Jalandhar, Hamirpur, and Thapar, even last streams of PEC, right? So everybody was asking like, why did you choose UIT, right?
Yeah.
What was the reason when you were getting the better colleges with better placement records, right? So, but I am a risk taker since beginning of my life, and I would say that whatever pushed me to join UIT that time has paid very well to me till date, and I am very much privileged to being part of this alumni network and part of this UIT family.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I would love to talk about the education industry, how things are happening, because I am quite often with in meetings with the people from the education industry. And since last 10 years or the last 15 years, the education जो तरीका है सीखने का या जो तरीका है implement करने का बहुत हद तक change हो चुका हुआ है. So somewhere at the higher desk of the Punjab University and the UIT, the professors might be feeling the competition that we are getting from online education brands or maybe private universities, or maybe how the people are learning and how they are implementing it, right? So in this journey, I guess being the alumni, we are the equal stakeholder of this prestigious institution, and we hold the equal responsibility to keep the UIT up the charts as always. So this is excellent, one of the excellent efforts that we are connecting with all the alumni networks. Probably better next time because the strength is quite less today. So next time we will be having a good strength. So connecting with alumni is one of the great, you can say, way to, you can say, give the best opportunities to the coming students, and of course the feedback mechanism to the university. So definitely we as alumni hold the equal responsibility and the stake to increase the chart value of the UIT Punjab University in the coming years, and we'll try our best for the same. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll take care of your suggestions, what you have told to us.
Yeah, so it's great to be back to the university. I visited university in the morning. Great to be back in Chandigarh. Like he pointed out that it's a start that we are starting this alumni engagement. The turnout can be better, and we will try to ensure that it is better in the future. At the same time, I think we're looking forward to discuss the kind of engagements that we can have, so that in the future, the alumni come to the campus in terms of mentoring the students, hiring the students, and adding some sort of value, right? So I'm looking forward to that discussion.
Thank you, sir, for your suggestions. So, sir, as an alumni, what do you feel are your responsibilities towards the college? This question is for actually all the alumni. And what are the responsibilities of the college towards their alma mater? So, who would like to address this first?
Well, as I said, दो बेसिक चीज़ें हैं जो मुझे लगता है सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है. एक तो टेक्नोलॉजी, शायद सब लोग इस चीज़ से एग्री करते होंगे. 4-5 साल में पहले जो था वो आज नहीं है. इन इंडस्ट्री वी फेस दिस 4-5 years बैक. जिस टेक्नोलॉजी पे हम काम कर रहे थे वो आज एब्सोल्यूट है, वो एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करती. बट एजुकेशन सिस्टम जो कॉलेजेस में है, दिस इज नॉट पर्टिकुलर विद पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी, इज विद एवरीबडी, एंड एवरीबडी विल फेस द सेम चैलेंज. द एवोल्यूशन इज क्वाइट फास्ट. So as a alumni, I feel it is the, you can say, the feedback mechanism जो हमारा होना चाहिए to the university. It should be very rigorous and very quick. Yes. So not sort of big gatherings, but we can have a small meetings with the university and the college on a regular basis, on a high frequency, to give the good feedback what is exactly happening in the industry. And the other side, of course, the helping the and mentoring the students for the good career, of course. So of course it's a balance and a win-win for us as well. We have a get together with some of our batchmates once in a year. It's a very good opportunity to hang out with them as well. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so see, these days, I am particularly focusing on investing in early stage startups, right? So being an investor, I feel, it's very important for the startups, especially for the young students from the colleges who are aspiring entrepreneurs, right? That they get the good chance to participate in the good hackathons, right? So I think this is something which UIT is missing. Neither they are participating, right? Nor they are organizing such national or global hackathons, which should be the case. So I would encourage that if you need any help from my side in guidance for hackathons for Web3, blockchain space, or any other technology side, I would try to help as much as I can. But I think being a technology institute, hackathons are very important. So, apart from any other event, I think hackathons are very important. They should be prioritized and they should be organized every year on a national or global scale.
Sure, sir.
One of the things which I just want to add is there was a two-part question, right? Question number one, what is our responsibility, right? So our responsibility is to be available, to provide guidance. I think as an alumni, we have done that in bits and pieces. There is no structured way to do that, right? What could have UIT done better was an outreach, right? So I'm really surprised by the number of people that have shown up, right? So I would expect more people to show up. And that's where I think we would need your help, the STAR team, to reach out to people, right? So I think those were the two things that I would want to add.
Yeah, coming to a point that you have raised about the more connectivity. Since I remember our team is working since last 1 month, and we have did our best to communicating with alumni. So as you have said, it's our responsibilities to be available to the college. And what we have seen last night, we have got at least 80 calls from our alumni, those who are saying we are not coming. And the day before yesterday, they were ready. So this strength should be more, but at the last day, they are denying. So what's your say on this?
I think the reason, sorry, I'm interrupting in between.
Yeah, sure.
The reason for that is that you didn't share the proper invitation in terms of PDF or the whole agenda, right, on email. We didn't know about that, right?
So
I had to ask on the call at 10 p.m. in the night that, okay, what is the agenda? They said, okay, I'm sending on WhatsApp.
That's what I'm saying. Everything was shared, but still, it takes time.
Prayas, I believe it was not, right? So
Okay.
let's, what has happened has happened. But let's take about a few positive things out of this. One, that there has to be an outreach, right? And irrespective of whatever it might be, there should be a responsibility for our students and our alumni as well to be available for people. Right?
So for that, I would like to say that working in the database team, overall, we are trying to maintain the database by updating it regularly on our behalf, like to the most extent we can go to. Still, if we aren't able to, we'll try our best in the near future.
And really appreciate you organizing this. So, brownie points to you guys as well.
Thank you, sir.
Let me take a moment and just highlight, I was pleasantly surprised to see the directory which you guys were showing some time back. I think it's a great way for not just the current students to reach out to alumni, but for the alumni to stay connected with each other. So again, coming back to your question, what we expect out of the campus, or the management here is that we are able to check who is doing what in terms of my juniors, my seniors, my batch, connect with those guys, so that networking is what we would expect, not just online, but probably having like I was mentioning earlier, a Delhi NCR chapter, a Bangalore chapter, a Hyderabad chapter, for people to meet and connect in person and, have business discussions or just intellectual discussions. That networking is what we would expect. In terms of responsibility, while most of my fellow panelists have made the point, I would like to add one more thing. I think when a kid enters UIET at 16, 17 years of age, he doesn't know if he wants to be a computer science engineer or a mechanical engineer, despite the branches we take. He's still figuring it out, and that kind of reflects in the kind of alumni we have. We have IPS officers, we have people who have done an MBA and working in finance, we have people who have stuck to their core and doing great at larger corporates like Apple, Google also, right? So we have very diverse alumni base. So I'm answering your question on what is our responsibility to the current students. So having all of us available in different walks of life, to people who are still figuring out what they want to do. I think that is what is our responsibility, and what the portal you have built is the first step towards going towards that stage.
Yeah, just wanted to add something. So I think you have taken the first step, which is to build a portal. So essentially now you're just waiting that people will come and they will register themselves, and the ball will automatically kick itself. This can happen and this will happen, I'm sure. But just having probably more programs offline, online, they will, I think, create some impact to roll that ball faster. That's all. I mean, if you try and do that, just imagine, like, what is the number of alumni? Total number of alumni of
So
UIET?
till now, we are having around a number between 5 to 6,000.
So why don't you know the exact number? Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So just imagine 10% of that, 10% of 5,000 or 6,000, which is 500 to 600 people who will be in a position of authority in various chapters of various industries. They will be able to, put others in charge. They will be able to bond others in a group, and they can actually help you out to roll that ball faster, as I said.
And may I highlight, if there is anyone in this room who's making minutes of this discussion, because whatever we are discussing just doesn't go
Yeah,
become
we have a
crazy.
content
Somebody
team who's
must be
doing
making
this.
notes of whatever we Yeah, and somebody from your team can also make
Yeah,
notes
our
of.
team is working on that also. Yeah, sure, that can be done also.
Goswami sir, the point is not to add work for work's sake, but at least to have a record.
My question always comes that today it is something like 16th or 18th batch that is going to roll out. I talked to my faculty, maybe the teacher आवाज आ रही है, I talked to my faculty that we are already too late. और इसलिए अगर आप देखेंगे, मैंने किसी एक जगह पर इस पॉइंट को किया गया है, रीयूनाइटिंग एंड एम्पावरिंग यूआई। रीयूनाइट मेरा अपना एक अंदर गिल्ट है। जब मैं अपना कहता हूँ मतलब मैं सारे डायरेक्टर्स को और सारी फैकल्टी को अपने साथ इंक्लूड करता हूँ। गिल्ट है कि हमारी एक ये कमजोरी रही है या अनदेखी रही है। बट better late than never. We will grow, we'll improve our pace so that we very soon come as a very potent alumni association. जो मैंने कहा है कि स्टेक होल्डिंग आप लोगों की होनी जरूरी है।
In this portal, we can sort out alumni according to place. So next step is starting the chapters.
So you can discuss about certain chapters which you may like to propose. So accordingly, we can see that those chapters can come in place, and then people can, by registering, can get sorted into that. So naturally, some kind of a systematic structure will come out of it. And then we can also look about the possibility of expertise-based chapters. As some of you had been pointing out, I cannot. So expertise base will help us in stakeholding in terms of the technology to be taken up or new ideas to be taken up into the curriculum. So those things we look forward for. These two things have to be there, and possibly as soon as possible they can be settled. Better it will be for UIT in the days to come.
Thank you, sir, for your points, and we will definitely take your points as a positive feedback, and we'll work on that in future. So let's come to the next question. We are so proud to see our alumni being placed at such high positions in top reputable MNCs or having their own ventures. And on the other hand, we can easily observe that the placements in a college could be quite better, or we can perform even much better. So what's your say? Like how our alma mater can help in this?
Well, you are right. The fact is that a lot of the alumni, some of us have probably shifted domains. We are no longer operating where we started from. For example, I was in information technology. Except for doing decently well in the studies, but I never really pursued anything in IT. I did my MBA and then I moved to investment banking. So with Goldman Sachs. So it's a completely different field altogether. And now I am working in a pharmaceutical industry, which is again absolutely unrelated. So my point is that the fact is, that all of us are so diverse. As somebody pointed out, somebody's an IAS, somebody's an IPS. And I think, and if you look at it, I think we are present in every continent, I believe, and there will be a lot of chapters, there can be a lot of chapters everywhere created in different, let's say a New York chapter or a San Francisco chapter. He's from San Francisco. So, I'm just trying to tell you that the fact that is we can actually build that community over a period of time. Of course, it is not going to happen overnight. I believe most of us, most of the professors here, they've actually done a great job, not just teaching, but also their entrepreneurial journey of actually creating something. As Dr. Sodi said, we were not sure if we'll be able to pay the salaries. So, that is a startup journey. You mentor startups, so you would appreciate the fact, that how difficult it is to actually make that beginning. And with the 17th or the 18th batch now, it's much easier, I would say. We are through with that difficult stepping stone of, knowing what UIET is. When I joined, we were always confused with PEC. Are you from PEC? Yeah. Because nobody knows if there is an engineering college in Punjab University. And I am sure that's not the scenario now. I'm very sure. Is it there presently too? Okay. So then we have a bit of journey still to travel.
Yeah. So, couple of things that come to mind as you mentioned. I think one of the things which is there is that at least for us as an alumni, what we have not really done, and this is just on me as well, is we have not really kept in touch with, our juniors. When I was here working in India, we did a deliberate outreach. ZS hired around 10 people in 2013. That's the first time we came back. And I was part of that because I reached out to HR saying, hey, it's my college, I have to take people from here, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I think that ownership is not there. And that ownership has not been inculcated in our alumni, right? Our alumni has been disparate, has been out of touch, out of reach for a very long time. And people who, say, have gone to MBAs, they would have their own MBA groups. Why would they join another alumni group, right? So that reach that bond has broken, right?
Yeah, that's what we are working on. We are trying to build a bridge between us.
Right, so that's one, right? What has happened. Now let's talk about what can be done. I think there is an element of mentorship that should be provided, which is that there is an element, if somebody wants to go into consulting for that matter, there is, say, what kind of consulting? Do you want to do technology consulting? Do you want to do consulting, business consulting? Or do you want to do, say, operations consulting, right? There has to be kind of an outreach and an identification of those people who can help out, right? That's something that has to be done. I think that's something that with the portal you are building would be doable as well. The third point which I just want to add is that at least for all of us, right, the students should not fear from reaching out to the alumni, right? All of us are on LinkedIn. How many people from UIT reach out to us? Not a lot, right? You are applying to a company, you see a UIT alum there, reach out to him. Say, hey, I am your super junior. I'm interested in this role. I'm looking for these things, and this is what I've done. Can you help me? We would be more than happy to help out, and a lot of other people would be happy to help out as well. So that outreach should be done.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That's a pleasure to listen from this.
So also I would like to add in point that just in the portal, there was a section in the careers being shown. It said that we have the job referral opportunity also, as you've seen. So for the future purposes, it was made that in case any of the present student would like to communicate with an alumni, through the portal, we can go to the career section as well. So the job referrals can be given.
So So your question was regarding how we can have the placements, right? One is the standard way of coming to college and the hiring process of the HR. Now there is a one blank space जो शायद UIT के लिए अच्छी opportunity create हो सकती है. There are many organizations from top MNCs to the SMEs जहाँ पे immediate hiring होती है. So what I say with the immediate hiring is sometimes they need to hire 10 people in a particular domain within 7 days, within 5 days, within 4 days, due to multiple reasons. Some of the reasons like they have to show the employee strength for a government tender. Sometimes there is a mass firing. So there are multiple reasons are there. They have to hire for, you can say within small, you can say time duration. So when you go to the college recruitment process, generally it takes, you can say sending email response, then Saturday, Sunday are the holidays. So generally it takes around 10-15 days to connect. And further the hiring process takes the time. Every company does that same model. But hundred of jobs, if you just go through Indeed, LinkedIn or some other platform, if you just filter out the jobs, you will see thousands of jobs where the time frame is less. They need a hiring within 5 days or 7 days. So there is a very blank space. No college is attending to that need of the industry. And I guess the PU or the UIT, if they can take the positive feedback, they can make some window system or they can make a single point of contact for the immediate hiring process as well.
Sure, we welcome that also.
When I was in my final year, I got 2 placements. One was a campus placement and one was off campus. Okay. So, and in case of off campus, it was like we got referred by one of our alumni in my company. And then, when I joined that company, I found out that from the next year, they are not allowing UIET college, right? So, as he rightly said that, it is like our job, like how much, we are willing to, give back to our college, So I took the initiative and, convinced them that that you should not just allow UIT for off campus, rather you should go there. The name is Mu Sigma. So Mu Sigma started coming to, UIT post that. So they actually started coming for on-campus placements. So the point is that, we have a very diverse and vast network of alumni who are already placed in different sectors in different parts of the world. How about we actually reach out to them now and, ask them, at least ask this much that please tell us which are the job opportunities which are available in your respective companies, which where you would like to consider UIET at least, right? So that you can at least put those job opportunities or those jobs on your alumni portal or career portal, right? So that can be done, and this way I think you can connect with them and inspire them to to take some actions. As I said, if you organize hackathons, if you show that something is done on the tech side on a serious note, right? The way IITs or triple IITs do in a country, so possibly those people who are sitting already on the top management will take UIT seriously. Yeah.
Sure, thank you, sir. We'll take each and every point as a positive feedback and we'll work on that also. So let's talk, this would be the last topic for this panel discussion. We just want to hear what are your views on alumni endorsements, as we have seen this culture is rising nowadays. Alumni endorse their colleges. So what are your views on that?
Given Akhil has put me on the spot, I'll just, I think it's important for us to work with the college anyhow, right? And it's very short-sighted for alumni not to do it because it hurts them in the end, right? We're pretty sure that we should be endorsing our colleges. We should be champions of our colleges, right? And we should be champions of the new crop of people that are coming in, the new budding people who will do a lot more than what we are doing currently. So I think yes, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. How you do it is a separate question. Now let's address that, right? Point number one, right? Is there a way for us? I know when we were getting some accreditation in 2015, we got a form, and we never came to know what was the outcome of that. Whether we were accredited by AICTE, if I'm not wrong, at that time. What was the result of that, right? That itself, there is a breakdown in communication, right? And I think with the portal, definitely those things will help. You don't have to elaborate that, but I definitely, as alumni should be endorsing and should be voices for our college, because our college has given us everything in the, where we stand, and has played an important role in our life. So I would not be ungrateful for that. Right?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think I just want to add a point here. When we are young, we just graduate out of a college, like an engineering college. When we are inside those 4 years, we actually hate it. I'm not saying hate it as in like hate it, but in a lot of ways, we're just following a pattern. We're not sure what that is going to lead us to. Now, the endorsement part, comes into a picture when we actually look back maybe 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, maybe 15 years down the line, and realize how that shaped us. In a lot of ways, as I said, a lot of us are not even pursuing what they started with, including me. But the fact is that, yes, I was able to do technology, media, and telecom in investment banking because I had an engineering background. Now, this engineering background was given by UIET and the teachers here. That logical thinking helped me get selected into the TMT sector, which actually meant that, yes, I could I could work with, Ned Siegel, who was the CFO of Twitter just 5 days back. So the point I'm trying to raise here is that once you start appreciating the fact what the college has done for you, at that time you start endorsing the fact that, yes, I am from this community, I am from this particular place, and I appreciate what this institute has done for me, and you start endorsing that, with your heart and soul. So yeah, that will be my 2 cents.
So I think you just spoke in detail about whether or not to, what is the motivation, etc. I'll quickly take that forward and address how we can endorse. On that part, I feel that when we graduated, I'm talking about 2012, there was limited opportunities for people going into the job market to end up. For example, there was Infosys, TCS, then there were some core mechanical companies, some core IT companies, and there were certain processes, HR processes around it. You have to have this much percentage, you have to be from this branch, etc., etc. Now in 2022, with the world that we are living in, startups have taken over. So no more a person in the final year depends on the HR processes. Yes, they take the majority of the candidates, but if they strive, if they use this platform that we just showed, and they reach out to people, we will take that onus of endorsing these guys on an ad hoc basis in the companies we are working with, and that endorsement can help these candidates bypass those HR parameters, right? Like I mentioned, not everybody is working for large corporates which have some stringent guidelines. A lot of us are working for startups. A lot of us are hiring managers now. We are hiring for our team. So we have the strength to tell the HR that, what, I don't care about the fact that you hire only from computer science. I know a guy from IT. I know his skill set. I want to hire him, right? So that kind of ad hoc endorsement we can do, which we would want to do. But then again, you have built a great product. Now I'm going to talk in terms of a startup guy now. Product बहुत बढ़िया बनाया है. अब इसको community engagement करना है, right? Till that time, it doesn't matter how great the product is. Right.
Thank you, sir. It was very great panel. Now I would like to ask the audience if someone has a question to raise or any point which you would like to ask to the panel. You can raise your hands. Please come on the stage, sir.
Hi, my name is Gaurav, and I graduated in 2018. So whatever you guys discuss, I think it broadly converges to training our people. So one of you guys said that you should be organizing hackathons, but how? We have to give, kind of some sponsorships to the students over here who can, because I was the one who organized the very first hackathon in UIET in 2019. So that was a time when we were requiring funds, and getting funds from the college is a huge process. And I think the prizes for the hackathons are like 10,000, 20,000, like that. And right now we all are in a position that we can sponsor such kind of money to our juniors, right? So that was one point. And then I believe whatever you discuss, it converges to training our people and figuring out ways how we can, impart the knowledge. These guys will be able to figure out how to reach out to the alumni. These guys will not only reach out to alumni, they will even figure out how to reach out to an HR if they just have the right knowledge to do it. So that's what I feel, that we should be figuring out ways on how to train our people. So that's what I want to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your response.
Okay, so I would like to answer this question. So when I was part of my batch, we organized this event called FE Cycle, if you remember that. So it was firstly brought in UIT by us, and it, I think, was organized for roughly 4 or 5 years, and then it went to level LPU, right? So Maruti Suzuki and iCap Netrip all were part of that from back. They were sponsoring that, right? Now the thing is that when I talked about hackathons, I didn't say that organize from the day one. Obviously, if organization has to happen, then it has to be responsibility of the college also, not just students, right? Not just students want to organize hackathons or want to take the college forward, even the college management or the faculty also want to take it forward. Now they have to understand that this has to be part of their budget, right? So, and secondly, the more important part is that start sending your students to hackathons which are already being organized in different parts of country, right? Bangalore is hub of hackathons, right? Figure out which hackathons are happening in which particular sector of technologies, and send your students, brighter students over there, and even make the community, or even list those bright students on your portal, who are specialized in which particular kind of skill set, right? So that we as alumni also can see and sort, if I need, let's say I have to get some smart contract guy, right? So I will simply put a filter of smart contract developer in my UIT section, and I will simply get to know that, okay, from entire pool of developers of UIT, these number of smart contract developers are there, right? And this is their whatever they have done. Now the point is that you have to start sending students to participating in those hackathons, learn how they are organizing, how they have managed to raise the funds, and also initially college faculty has to come forward to fund initial stages of hackathon, so that it becomes super successful. Obviously here you can take the help of alumni network. You can reach out to those alumni like us, where we want to be part of such hackathons, and we may possible fund also, right? Depending upon how what kind of plan you're bringing on the table for organizing hackathon, right?
I think you said right now that you should be able to find a blockchain guy or a smart contract guy just by looking at the filter in the portal. I believe every one of here, the students, have a LinkedIn profile. So why don't we just have a LinkedIn group where we can, see the profile of the student which is already updated, and they also see that, oh, all the people here are from my college only, and you reach out to them
I think it's a start, right? Let's not discard it, right? I think you touched on 2 points. One is there's a monetary aspect of it, right? And the training aspect of it. Now let's address monetary aspect. So let's understand how,
It's working.
I think I can speak up. How, universities in US work, right? Their alumni actually donate large amounts of money, right? I'm currently studying in Urbana-Champaign. I'm doing my master's, which I couldn't do in 2015 because I moved to US for my work. There, what I get for an email would be that they reach out to their alumni and say, hey, can you provide me, we are doing this hackathon, and you can get money from an alumni fund, right? And alumni in itself, the reason US universities are so strong in research is because they have money. And where does that money come in from? Alumni. And look at the people who are here, right? Ask 10,000 for them. There is no way for alumni to give money to UIET. One, create a way, right? Second, training people, right? This is where a student has to take that initiative. You want to do blockchain, learn blockchain. You want to do analytics, learn Tableau, learn SQL. It's up to the student as well, right? And what this would help, at least this is a start, right? Let's start, let's roll out.
And this website is, I guess, a great way. I mean, they can add a event over there on the website, and they say that, hey, we are looking for fundraising for this event, and they can connect with the alumni as well for the same.
We are planning for that.
Yes.
Everything is
so
planned.
basically,
Come
what
in
he
future
tried
also.
to say that, okay, let's go to LinkedIn. No, this website serves a bigger purpose as well, right? It's not just a LinkedIn.
Yeah. I would rather prefer website, related to UIT because, there are so many customizations pertaining to UIT that can be done on our portal rather than on LinkedIn, right? That's the point.
And also, I think there is a UIT LinkedIn group anyway. So I don't know how
That can be done. Or we can simply,
Let's-
import the standard filters from there here.
Yes.
We are not even aware. We are not even aware.
See, we know there's something called as UTechnos, but we are not aware if there is a fund within UTechnos. I mean, I'm not aware. I don't know about others.
So I think if anybody is interested, now they know they can donate to UTechnos.
That's
Because,
not the way to donate. The point is, it has to be, something very solid, right?
I think now our students have got the idea kisko kab reach out karna hai to right.
No, so there's one thing that you need to understand. It's not just, so nobody donates, even in US, it's not that people donate blindly. The point is that there has to be something solid. There has to be a bigger picture to it. Only then would somebody, an alumni who is probably doing well and wants to donate and wants to promote that, would be interested in engaging in that fashion. Right? But then, like I said, somebody will put in money, somebody will put in their time, and there could be other ways of engagement by other alumni. So it's not necessary that that even if you have a large corpus of, let's say, 10 crore rupees, you will be able to do this, because there still has to be a contribution by some alumni in terms of their time or guidance or mentorship. There has to be a way around that.
And if you know that some of the alumni who have the companies, and in fact the company laws of the India has the CSR, company social responsibility, plus there are some tax rebate as well if you do not under some circumstances. So yeah, I'm not sure. I have to cross-check with the CA that does this is this the availability that we can donate to some event or something happening in the college in some phase that it can help us in the tax deductions or the CSR. I'm not sure about it, but this could be a gateway for them to explore as well.
And just to conclude, I would like to highlight we live in a capitalist world. You have to show to the final person what's in it for him. So for example, if you want to run a cybersecurity hackathon, broadcast that message, we are running a cybersecurity hackathon. That is the end use of the funds that will be raised through this campaign. And you can mention, for example, 2 lakhs out, just like there's a Facebook, right? 10,000 raised out of 2 lakhs or whatever, right? And people who are working in that domain, you can very well mention that once this hackathon is concluded, we'll give you the names, numbers, details of the top 10 people who can come and do an interview with you, right? So that is what is in it for the person who's donating. It's a capitalist world. It has to be a win-win for everyone. Nobody will just donate.
So far, we had really great session, but sorry for that. We need to take care for time as well because we have an event planned for them. So yeah, thank you for joining us. We really had great points, and we'll surely work on that. But
So we have a small present for you as well. And so we will surely work on those points for the betterment of our college and our ALMA connections. Thank you to the audience too for your great patience.
Hello. A very warm good afternoon to all of you. I'm Dr. Kalpana Thaya, and currently I'm the in charge of Alumni Cell UIT along with Dr. Vinu. I was given this charge almost 1 year back by Professor J.K. Goswami, and I was a little confused what exactly I have to do being from mathematics background in an engineering institute. Then sir said, Kalpana, हमने इतने सालों तक अपने एलुमनाई को इग्नोर किया है, उनके साथ हमारा कनेक्शन नहीं है. वी हैव टू reconnect, we have to reunite with them and empower UIT. So alumni is not like, oh, we want funds. Alumni can contribute in many ways. We want your contribution as a mentor. In fact, there is one student, Yash Mittal from mechanical branch. He is currently doing PhD at IIT Bombay. And during his PhD, he has to take some classes. So every semester, he takes some classes in UIT as a mentor. So he's giving workshops like on 3D printing or so. I would like to mention one more thing. There is one alumnus from EC branch. He is settled in Ankush Thukal. He is settled in Canada. He contacted us and he said, ma'am, I want to sponsor one education of one student. He is already sponsoring scholarship for one student from EWS category, so I am very thankful to them. And it's not that we invited them, no. Directors have said, Kalpana, we don't want money. No, we want your contribution so that we can strengthen UIT. During the panel discussion, I saw that all the panelists, they gave very good suggestions, and our focus is mainly on that. About portal, I want to add few things because the main who created Elma Shine firm, that firm is managing this portal. So this portal is not about your managing database, it is more than that. From this portal, we can, and our next step is to have different chapters. Again, we need your feedback for that one. And in this portal, we will connect with alumni with their LinkedIn profiles. So nowadays, I think almost all the alumni, they are on LinkedIn. And whatever database we have, the problem is that it is not updated. So every year we have to collect data via email, and the response is not that good because everybody is just busy with the professional life or personal life. So in this portal, there is one very important feature that as soon as you update your data, there is one connection that please mention your LinkedIn profile. So as soon as you update your profile, your designation on LinkedIn, automatically that will be updated in our database. So we will not bother you again and again, okay, please provide your information. So this way our database will be updated, right? So I request all the alumni present here to kindly register on this portal. Your data is already there, just update it and please circulate it in your contacts so that we can just update the data currently we have almost around 5,400 students data on this portal. Next is again that the connection is missing, no doubt. The connection is missing, I agree. I think this is the second alumni meet. One was long time back. So we want to make this alumni meet a regular feature, annual feature. And I expect that more and more students or alumni, they participate in this one wholeheartedly. We are, again, I'm repeating, our purpose is not collecting funds. You can contribute as a mentor, as a mentor or internship if you can offer to students. You have already seen UIT, whatever you feel, okay, this part is missing in curriculum or some other activities, you can give your suggestion. And as today Director Sir proposed that we are going to make a proper administrative structure of the alumni cell, so we want maximum participation from the alumni. Student team of alumni will collect feedback as well as your suggestions. So feel free to share your ideas and just stay connected with UIT. Thank you.